27th anniversary for the UP200 Midnight Run sled dog races are this weekend. Ansley is in downtown Marquette this morning to tell us more about what they have planned. Good morning, Ansley.
Good morning, Vicki, and it's actually a great morning. It's actually very pleasant outside. John and I aren't freezing, so that's also a plus, but I'm staying right outside the Mining Journal, right at the official start line. Right behind me, you can see a tent is already set up. The other direction, at the very end of Washington Street, there's already a road closure sign, and I know throughout this morning that's when the snow will be coming in for the street to be covered. But the opening ceremonies take place at 6:30. The start of the races take place at 7, and then around the 8:30 mark, that's when the midnight run will take off. And then we can't forget about on Saturday morning in Gwin, the Jack Pine 30. So we'll have all of those details later in the hour. Stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. It's going to be a great weekend, and like Cassie, you've been telling us all week, it's going to be wonderful weather for spectators.
Yes.
Welcome back. Mushers, dogs, spectators, everybody's getting ready for tonight's sled dog events. The UP200 and Midnight Run start tonight in downtown Marquette. This morning, Ansley Watson is in downtown Marquette to tell us more. Morning, Ansley.
Good morning. Woo, it's going to be a great evening to come out. The weather's going to be fantastic for spectators. Joining me, though, this morning is Ross Anthony. He's a board director and the Finish and Start coordinator. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Of course. So last night was the bib draw. How was that? What happened there?
Great event. Obviously, the mushers came out, drew their bib numbers, which will determine the order that they go off in tonight. So, first off, we'll have Denis Tremblay from Quebec, Canada, and every musher will follow after that into the midnight run.
So starting this morning, I mean, obviously we're on Washington Street. It needs to be prepped. Snow's going to be coming in around what time will that begin? About
7 o'clock, the streets will be blocked off, and that's when Oberstar will come in and start dropping their snow. Load after load, they'll start dropping it and then backblading it to make a smooth surface for the dogs. And that's when we start our work, obviously, with the barricades and the start line.
6:30 is opening ceremony, and then 7 is when the race begins. What can people anticipate?
Great atmosphere. I think this year's going to be like something we haven't seen in the last couple of years. We stood out here last year, and it was, I want to say 0 or 5 and 20 below wind chill. And the year before that, it was an awful blizzard. So this year, it's going to be great to be able to kind of pull off a couple layers and be able to come out and enjoy it and not have to worry about freezing and just have a lot of fun. So we're excited. I think it's going to be a great year. So.
Yeah, that warm weather will be nice for spectators, but what about the trails and upkeep and then the dog health as well?
Yeah, well, we've got about 1,000 man-hours into the trail this year. I think we put about 700, 800 miles on each snowmobile this year grooming those trails. So they've been run pretty hard in terms of packing it down. If you think about like sidewalks, if you don't shovel them and you walk on them, how long that takes to melt in the springtime, that's pretty much what we're dealing with this weekend. The goal is to pack them down enough where they do have a hard surface to run on, not too hard, but then also they're not susceptible to the heat like this. So we think the trails will be good. The trail crews put a ton of time in. We're pretty excited about that for another year. Mike and Angela Sholin have done a great job on trail, and I think we'll be great. They'll come back into Marquette and finish up and celebrate on Monday morning.
All right, thanks, Ross. We'll have more details later in the hour, so stay with us. Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, TV6 News.
All right, thank you very much, Ansley. It's going to be a fun time. Of course, UP200 Midnight Run, Jack Pine 30, just one of the events going on. There's so much.
Yeah, and as you go out downtown, watch for those road closures throughout the day, of course.
Yes.
The opening ceremony for the UP200 sled dog races takes place at 6:30 this evening in downtown Marquette. Ansley is back now to continue explaining what you can expect from the race. How's the snow going? How's the shoveling?
Andrew, the shoveling is going great. Ross and I have been really hard at work, haven't we?
Yep, that's the only way to stay warm out here.
It really is. You know, the trucks are coming in later this morning to put that on the snow, but we're just trying to help them out a little bit.
Yeah, do a little pre-work and get everything set up for them.
Yeah, earlier my first preview, I said it's very pleasant out, but I guess once you stand outside for a couple hours, you kind of get a little chilly.
Yeah, if you're standing still, there's definitely a chill in the air, but come tonight, the temperatures are going to definitely jump, and it's going to be great down here.
So kicks off 6:30's opening ceremonies for the UP200. Race begins at 7. Let's talk about the midnight run, though, and then the Jack Pine 30. What time are we anticipating the midnight run to take place?
Midnight run is going to start at 8:30. this year. It'll be about an hour after the last musher goes off for the UP200. They're going to take off and they'll head up to the MSU Extension Farm in Chatham. Sarah Kimball puts on a great checkpoint up there, and actually it's a great spot if you feel like being up at midnight or 1 o'clock to actually go up and look see the race and check it out.
Absolutely. Then come the next day, Saturday, that's when the Jack Pine 30 takes place in Gwynn.
Yep.
What time, what can people anticipate from that?
Saturday morning, the Jack Pine will take off in Gwynn, and I apologize, I don't know the time. I should know the time. Check out the website, UP200.org. Has all the times, but that race is great. I feel really bad not knowing
I want to say it's 10.
The time, 10 o'clock
Yeah.
on Saturday, but it's a great race. Gwynn comes out, and they really put on a great show. Basically, this all over again on Saturday morning in Gwynn. So it's a great opportunity to see the dogs and come out, and it's going to be so beautiful on Saturday that wherever you go, if it's Gwynn or Chatham or Grand Marais, wherever tomorrow, just get out and enjoy the weather. It's not very often we get 50 degrees in February, or for that matter in September or October in Marquette. So get out and enjoy it.
And then comes Sunday morning, that's when the UP200 finishers come into the Lower Harbor. When does that take place?
Well, it depends on the times. This year, obviously, with the temperatures, the dogs are going to probably be a little bit slower. With the warm temperatures, the mushers are very aware of what their dogs can do. The veterinarians have had discussions. We've gone through protocol and everything that the mushers need to do to actually slow their teams down and take it easy to make sure that you're not overheating your dog. You got to think of it as an engine and slow them down, water them more, take more breaks. But because of that, we're anticipating 10 or 11 o'clock, but it's hard to tell. So check out the website. We do have the GPS tracker sponsored by Frida Wara this year. Really it's kind of a crapshoot at this point. So. Yeah. 10, 11 o'clock, hopefully Lower Harbor.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to say about UP200 that I might have missed?
No, just this is your race, Marquette County. This is one of these things where come out, we set it up for you. We put on the show, the mushers come to town, and a lot of time goes into this. There's a lot of people and sponsors and money and Mining Journal, Enbridge, Eagle Mine, MEDC, Pure Michigan. All of that goes into it is basically for the mushers and you, Marquette County, Alger County, and Northern Schoolcraft. So come out, enjoy the weekend, enjoy the weather. It's just a great time, and this year's like something we haven't seen in the last 2 years.
Yep.
It'll be really beautiful down here.
Yeah,
so.
I'm for sure looking forward to it. I'll be out here tonight cheering on the teams. How many teams are going to be participating?
We'll have 13 as of right now, 13 in the UP200 and 15 in the Midnight Run.
Okay. All right, Ross, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Absolutely.
Reporting live in Marquette, Ansley Watson, and we'll be back with more of your TV6 Morning News after the break.